season ended a year
What's
ago,
good, YouTube
and their
family?
style of play.
Day
And
7, 200 push-up
look,
challenge.
I don't know how the
Let's
players
get it.
necessarily feel about that. I don't think Mike Vrabel cares about that. But this is you said it, they were the 1 seed a year ago. They're a team that, they may not be pretty. That was a dominating win on the road at Lambeau. Like, this is a team that has not backed down when they played teams like Kansas City or Buffalo. So I do think that there is a grit and toughness to this football team that needs to get more attention, more love, probably nationally and locally.
One quick thought, we're going to get some sound and some perspective from the winning side here in just a moment. I
40.
look at their schedule, I would include, even though the Packers, look, it's Green Bay and Lambeau. I include this in the tougher games you're going to have. But you got Bengals at Philly, maybe a breather with Jacksonville, then at the Chargers. So this chunk of time is going to, they have a comfortable lead, but I feel like in this month of time, they get a chance to really further establish and solidify that identity. What do you expect out of them over that chunk?
Yeah, and I think we're going to see more of the same for them. The critical piece of this is that a couple weeks ago they were, playing without Ryan Tannehill. He was coming off of an ankle injury, and he didn't travel with the team at one
60.
point because of an illness. So they need him. For all the criticism and I guess frustration maybe from how the season ended a year ago. But if they want to do what they think they're good enough to do on both sides of the ball, they need Ryan Tannehill to be at quarterback and play, quite honestly, as well as he played tonight.
Agreed, because I think people get excited when you draft a young rookie quarterback, but I think you also saw the limitations of that, at least for now, in that game against Kansas City, where they completed 5 passes. So this is a different deal here. Now, we'll get the Green Bay perspective in a minute. First, Gerard Davenport caught up with Kevin Byard after victory.
KB, you never make this easy. It's always a close game. It
80.
always comes down to the wire. What does winning a game like this over a team like the Packers on the road here at Lambeau say to the rest of the league?
Yeah, man, it's big. Obviously, when we came here 2 years ago, we kind of pitched down our leg. And coming out here, obviously, another snow game, cold game, but it's how we like it, though. We feel like we're the most physical team in the league. We came out here, when it's dirty, that's what we want to play. So we got to keep it going and keep chopping and just ready to get another win, man.
A couple weeks ago, Derrick Henry went through the locker room at the Chiefs game, shook each and every one of your hands, the defensive players. They put up 27 points tonight. What does it say when you have an offense be able to do what they did?
I mean, that's big.
Ha,
You got to
100.
on the road in a hostile environment, put up 400 total yards. And I know all the talk has been about TD, play calling, and all this other BS. Our passing game was on fire tonight. Derrick Henry had some tough runs. So a big shout out to those guys, man. Those guys made some clutch plays at the right times.
Tim, you try not to do that on your leg in general, if you can avoid it. They didn't. They didn't in this game. Green Bay, this, I assume, is the shovel of dirt that begins the funeral for this season, no?
Yeah, I think so. And I keep looking for signs of life, to come out of there. And I think some people are like, oh, wait a second. Look at Watson. Look at the impact he's having in the passing game. But to me, there continues to be frustration. I thought Aaron missed a few throws tonight, missed a few opportunities
125.
to take some shots down the field, which surprised me. And so, look, if he is not playing really well, he is not playing at a level that's just making everybody around him significantly better, then they're just okay. And I would have guessed that there was going to be a receiver or two that developed chemistry with Aaron Rodgers, and we saw it start to click, but that just hasn't happened, and we're too far along in the season to keep thinking that it will.
Well, I think you can argue that in the last 2 games, certainly Watson showed he's got 5 touchdowns in 2 games. But as a guy who played the position, far be it from me to say, man, that's an easy throw. I just feel like we're seeing guys running wide open that Rodgers is missing. I don't get that.
Yeah. Listen, like the end cut to Sammy Watkins, who sticks out in my head right now. Scott, I just remember all last year sitting on that desk with you saying, can you believe this throw? Like, there literally is about 3 inches of margin for error for him to make this throw, and he's making that throw. And then we see him tonight with guys literally as open as you can get in the National Football League, and the ball is barely playable. And so, look, maybe the thumb injury is a bigger deal than he's let on. but it just doesn't seem right based on what we've seen from him throughout the vast majority of his career.
No, because this is the guy that, you know, he's made throws that people like you that play the position just shake their heads, and there's just no way you can make throws that good. And this year we're seeing far more mortal type performances out of Rodgers, which is part of the reason why they stand at 4-7. More to talk about with you about this weekend, Tim, and a bit. We'll get to that in a few, all right? We'll wait to hear from Coach Vrabel on the winning side. At some point, Aaron Rodgers here in the next half hour. Hopefully, we'll be sharing his thoughts on the game, and we'll share those with you here on SportsCenter.
200. Go subscribe to the channel. That's day 7, 200 push-up challenge. Let's get it.
Playing dirty. Broke up with that banking and moved on with SoFi checking and savings. Now I earn higher interest on all my